come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton.
We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Washington Redskins. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard, and he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
From the 36, Jackson, blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Judon, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And he's got his man on the out route. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Redskins first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready? 47. Mike 47. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber. Check nickel. Switch it.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the screen.
Now it's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. After the interception, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
To try again after the sack. Wilson forced out to his left. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live.
He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And it's third down.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. From the shotgun, Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
At their own 42-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Jackson. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, he's got a couple more downs to play with.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down now, it's Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Hey, 0, 0, 0. Go. 55. It's our field.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. It's Kelsey on the grab. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Good job right there.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. The tight end, Kelsey, was the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Let him know.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. He's at the 30. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14, Saints nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Look, and this will be caught at the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Out to his left. He's going to let it. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Thomas, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down.
Here we go. Mark 55.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So first down went the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 13 yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. P.A.'s here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Jackson looking to throw on third. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check, boys. Under 10. Short.
To throw is Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Saints have taken the lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Redskins send out their punter. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now Wilson on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, this pass complete to Higgins. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
7 yards there and a first down. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Matt Judon there to bring him down. From the 24, Jackson. That he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Redskins send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's taken on the 25. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack on first down, Wilson. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now Wilson, he'll buy some time right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 12.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
55 is my guy, 55. Got it. Situation, let's go. Mike 5-5, Mike.
Alert. Front left.
Check 30.
Spot that.
Here's Wilson, operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we are at halftime here on Halloween, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Go. Bring out.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
95. Alert.
Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. Montez Sweat in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Gun. I'll go special.
Wilson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Open man is Higgins. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now Wilson escaping the pressure. Touchdown, and the New Orleans Saints put 6 up on the board.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up first and 10 at their own 44. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On first and 10, it's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner.
And he's going to go down again. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a third and long. Jackson, they'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 13. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football now. 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, Usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game, so you can see an old-school approach here that's not really benefiting him at this point.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. A 93-yard kickoff return. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
35. Redskins 21.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you scored...
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 33. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are back within a single score. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
12. Good touch.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And fortunately, the offense will cover this one up back at the 5-yard line.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Elsewhere at Arrowhead, they're in the 3rd quarter. And it's the Colts who have scored to extend their lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup, 1st down, New Orleans. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10.
Push him back. Mike 55. Check 55. Mike.
From the gun, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 45 yards. Back now at FedEx Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw again is Wilson. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Montez Sweat, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Let's go, defense.
From the gun, Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, only thing larger than his name is wingspan as he knocks that one away. The Redskins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Jackson now. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
Well, from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
Watching you guys. I got you.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. There's Wilson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And this is Gabriel on the catch. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Alert, 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 alert.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 22-yard line.
Alert, 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 alert. Hey, 0, 0, 0. Hold up.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Let's go.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Wilson on the keeper, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Russell Wilson taking it in, and the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But
and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are back within a single score. Important extra point up and through, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Wilson wants to throw it. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum, but not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Now Jackson on first down. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. He's back to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New Orleans, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.